Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. If you are frugal, you and all of us need to be doing these 6 things now. Let's get started and talk about it. Okay, because if we're not doing these things, we could be wasting hundreds, maybe even thousands of money, and I'm guilty of some of these. The first one is call out good and poor service, whether it is local service or online services. Call it out. Example, your internet keeps going out. You may need to switch to another company, or you call them and they credit you, something like that. Or if you get really good service, make sure to let people know about that, because sometimes they do reward. So call out in a polite manner, I always say that, service that is not meeting your expectations. As we know, prices are rising, we all know that, but we do have the power to make good informed decisions. So call out, email, call companies, let them know how you're feeling. And I think some positive changes if we all did that. Because many times people, they have like a bad experience at a restaurant. They just don't go back. Okay, or maybe they're not really happy with their cell phone service. They just deal with it because it's too much of a hassle. That's the biggest thing I want to get across in this message today. I know for me, I don't like hassling. I don't like being on hold for a long time. I really don't. I want everything to be quick and easy. But if you're frugal, we have to take the time to do things. And that's what I'm finding out. Okay, number 2, cancel services we're not using. And I am not very good about that. Well, I'll use the service, but even if I'm somewhat not happy, I'm not very quick to make changes. And that can hurt you sometimes, okay? Because I've seen people make changes all the time, and sometimes I just kind of like to stick with what I have. But honestly, canceling services you're not using, or ones you feel like the price keeps rising and you don't know if you're getting the value. You could always go back to it later, or, which brings me to number 3, do your research. And that's something I'm working on improving on. Let's say you're not happy with a service that you have and you feel like the price keeps going up. We'll say it's a bug service, doesn't matter, lawn service, whatever it is. What you could do is you could see what other services are out there, what is the price, what do you get for the price, and what you could do is just say, hey, I'm going to be canceling this service for a while. Sometimes they'll try to give you a good deal, or they might say, well, if you cancel, then when you restart up again, it's going to be more expensive. Say, I understand, but I'm going to cancel. If they said that to me, then I probably would not be starting back up with them. But do your research. Network with other people to find out the best prices and the best value for that price, okay? We need to spend a lot of time doing that if we are going to make informed decisions and basically get the most bang for your buck, okay? Number 4, I put this down, and I'm better about this. That's why I made the rule where I only allow myself to shop online once a month, okay? But I still buy things that I don't always need, and some things don't bring me value. But because it's only once a month, it really helps, curtail that. But no impulse buying. Recently, a friend told me to buy a certain book that she just loves, and I put it into, because it wasn't that expensive, it was on sale, I put it in my cart. But I haven't purchased it yet, because for some reason, I have a lot of books, this book is thick, it would take up a lot of space, and I just don't know that I want it that badly. So, no impulse buying. Let things sit in the cart and think about it. I bet you 90% of the time, you may change your mind. Okay, next one, inventory what you already have. My daughter and I were decluttering and organizing some things today, and we realized that we have a lot of stuff. So inventorying what you already have at home makes you not want to purchase as many things, and that really does make a difference. I tend to buy sometimes things in bulk, and I overbuy things like body wash and grooming products. Well, those things do have a shelf life. So right now, I'm not buying any of that stuff. Even if it's a great deal, I'm not buying it. Last but not least, don't be afraid to ask for a discount. You're in a store and maybe a box is all banged up. I know somebody that bought some tables and chairs, and the box was smashed in. Now, there was nothing wrong with the table and chairs, but the box just really looked like it had gone through something. I don't know, but it was all kind of crunched and banged up. The people at the place where he bought it gave him a discount for that. So don't be afraid to ask for discounts for something like that. The answer is no unless you ask. These are 6 things that I thought about that I think frugal people ought to be doing, and I know I could improve on these things. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What are some things that you think are a deal breaker, things that frugal people need to be doing to live a frugal life? I want to hear from you in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow's video. Bye, everybody.